YouTube video, and we are a very special guest today. She is from California. She is Lauren Turton. Lauren is the creator of the Soul Clarity. She is the co-creator of the Wealthy Wellness System, and she has successfully worked over 200 businesses, companies on their web and social media account, photos and video assets, brand activation, and events. Lauren is a partner of Chio Dina. I'm not sure, maybe I'm perfect in pronunciation or not. It's an Italian restaurant actually. So she's also vice president of Namaste Beings to the Fly America. Her passion for working with a woman and wellness entrepreneur stems from her deep desire to shift the earth to the healthier and the happier place. As Deepak Kumar said, when mind and body and spirits are in harmony, happiness is the natural result. So welcome to our show. Laura, how are you doing today?
Assalamu alaikum, Pakistan. Mera naam Lauren Turton. Hi.
Thank you so much.
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good as well. All right. So our first question is going to be, please share with our audience the journey that you went through to reach at this point of your life. Means you have got a lot of achievements in your life. So how it became possible?
So I grew up in the Midwest of America in a state called Ohio. And when I was 8 years old, my parents became whitewater rafting guides in the next state over called West Virginia. So on the weekends, we started traveling to West Virginia. And when I was 8 years old, I remember asking my mom for a candy bar. And my mom said, no, I'm not going to give you a candy bar. I'm not going to buy that for you. We provide you with 3 meals a day. You need to figure out buying it yourself. And so at 8 years old, I found someone that had another skill set that I didn't have. And I asked them to teach me how to do what they knew how to do, which was making jewelry. And at 8 years old, I started making jewelry. And then I started selling it to my parents' friends. And the company that they worked at also allowed me to sell my bracelets at their gift shop. So my first step into the entrepreneurial life was when I was 8 years old. And I've always had that mindset going through my life of wanting to be an entrepreneur and wanting to have my own business. Now, I haven't always been doing that. For many years, I was working for other people, like I mentioned earlier. But I always knew in the back of my head that I wanted to have my own business and I wanted to do my own things. It took me a while to get there. Like I said, I'm 34 years old, and from 16 to 32, 16 years of my life, I was working for other companies. And 2 years ago, I branched off and officially went into full time of being an entrepreneur with my own company. So I would say getting to where I am now has been a journey. There's been many, many challenges along the way, many challenges, but I just kept pushing.
You can say it's just because of your mother that you are at this point of your life, because at the age of 8, as you told, that you started selling bracelets because your mother just said that you should earn something for your own self because they're giving you the 3 times meal. Okay? So that's why you started selling bracelets by your own, and the ideas of business came in your mind at that point of your life.
Yes, because my mother and my father said, like, we're not going to give you extras. There's no reason for us to do that. So that is what put me into the entrepreneurial mindset at just 8 years old. I realized that there was a way to make money from what you do, not from what other people do for you. Does that make sense?
What was your feeling like? What was your feeling when you sold out your first bracelet and you earned money from that? How much you earned from your first bracelet?
Oh, I think it was only $1 American, maybe $2, but that's enough to buy a candy bar. So I knew that I was successful in my venture. Now, with that being said, I always had the mindset of how can I make more money? Even when I was working for other companies, I always thought to myself, how can I make more money at the job I'm at now? And also I started thinking in the way of how can I work smarter? When I was in high school, so I was 16 years old, I had gotten my driver's license and I was working at a bakery. And the pay rate then in America was $5 an hour. And I thought to myself, I know there's people out there that are making more money than $5 an hour. What can I do to make $5 an hour, more than $5 an hour? So I started asking around, and I found that I could get a job at a cleaning company and make $23 an hour, which was that was insane to be making that much money at 16 years old when the starting pay rate was $5 an hour. So when I was in high school, I also started cleaning for corporate companies, making $23 an hour. So that was a mindset that I always had, was how can I make more money and how can I capitalize on where I'm at now and make more at where I'm at now?
Okay, all right.
Okay, Lauren, my question is, what is the biggest obstacle had to overcome?
So I've had to overcome many obstacles in my life. My mom is an immigrant to America. She's from another country. So naturally, there are obstacles that come with having a parent who immigrates to another country. And then after I graduated high school, I didn't go to college. I actually dropped out of college several times. And that was a big obstacle and challenge in my life to overcome, not because of other people, but because of what I thought of myself. I thought for many years in my 20s that I wasn't good enough, that I was a loser because I dropped out of college several times. And so one of the biggest challenges I've had to overcome in my life is my mindset. And that can be such a hindrance to so many people, is their mindset and working through limiting beliefs. So I would say that has been the biggest challenge for me to overcome, is my mindset. And I would say in the last 2 or 3 years, I've really shifted my mindset and I broke through so many barriers, which has allowed me to become successful.
Okay, my next question is, yeah. Sometimes we go through hard times in our life and we lose our morale. So what is the strategy or tool that you use to boost up your morale when you're feeling down?
It happens to all of us. Life is difficult, life is challenging, and especially in this time that we're in right now with everything happening in the world. And it can be so easy to get down or to feel defeated or broken with where you're at in your life. And what I do when I feel that way, because it happens to all of us, is I remember that there are people out there that need my help, that need my services, that if I don't wake up every day and do my work, then I'm not helping other people. And that is what keeps me motivated every single day. I also sponsor a young lady. She lives in southern India. Her name is Nandita. She's 16 years old. She's disabled. And I met her 2 years ago when I traveled to India to visit the orphanage that we support. And she also is one of my main driving factors in life. Because if Nandita can do it, if she can wake up every single day and get through her challenges, then I need to be waking up every day and getting through my challenges. So if you have not tapped into a driving force, your big why, your purpose in life, I recommend you take time to look into what is driving you, what is motivating you, and tap into that and use it as your catalyst every single day to keep moving forward.
So do you suggest some motivational speaker here? Like we can listen to some motivational speaker to boost our morale?
Yes, I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's absolutely amazing. If you haven't read any of his books or listened to him speak, I would look him up. And he also goes deep into meditation, which I am a huge advocate of. I meditate every single day, and it makes a huge, huge difference in my life. I make it a non-negotiable. I have to meditate in the morning before I start my work. And this is another strategy that I work with my clients on. Some of them say, well, I don't have time in the morning before I go to work to meditate. Okay, well, you're not making it a priority. So how can you make it a priority in your day? Analyze your schedule and see, what do I need to do to change my schedule in order to add meditation so it happens every day? And with one of my clients, I recently had her add it to her morning work schedule. Before she starts her emails, she now meditates. So little things like that you can change in your schedule to make sure that you are doing what you need to do every day for yourself to be your best.
You know, after watching this video, our audience will also get a lot of motivation from you as well. You will be like a role model for them.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lauren, I want to ask a question. Please tell the story, your first entrepreneurial experience.
I'm sorry. Can you say it one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Please tell the story of your first entrepreneurial experience.
So, like I said earlier, when I was 8 years old, my parents wouldn't buy me a candy bar, so I had to start making my own bracelets. And since you've already heard that story, I'm going to tell you about the times in my 20s that I officially started my first business, and I failed, you guys. I failed at having my first business. And you know what? That's okay. And it's okay if you fail too, starting your first business, as long as you try and you learn. So as I said earlier, I've dropped out of college several times, but I did complete one certificate at a community college back in Ohio. And I completed a 1-year photography program certificate. And after I got the certificate, I said to myself, I'm going to start a photography business. I'm a photographer now. I'm going to start a photography business. I had no idea how to start a business, you guys. I had no idea what I was doing. And technically, that business failed big time. So with that being said, that was only, let's see, I was 24 years old. I'm 34 years old now. That was only 10 years ago, but I technically failed. But I tried again, and I started an event company once I moved to San Diego. And my event company, it did okay. It operated for about 3 years, and it did okay. I was able to pay my bills, but I didn't scale past that. So I wasn't making a lot of money. I was just getting by on that business. So some people might look at that business and also think that's a failure. I then started another business. And the reason why I'm telling this story is because I want to let all of you know that it's okay to try and fail. I want to change the outlook on failures.
You know, here you are dropping in other message that once you fail in your life to do something, like as you told that you started your first business, but you lost in that business. It wasn't good enough for you, and you didn't earn too much money from that business. So here you are dropping another message for our audience that once you fell down in your business or in any other thing, it may be a YouTube channel, like if your YouTube channel is not getting up day by day, so you shouldn't lose your morale. You should keep going on and do something good in your life.
Yes, keep trying is what my message is right now is. And also I want to change how we look at failures. They're not failures, they're learning lessons. And anything that you're going through, if it's a failure, flip the switch and start calling it a learning lesson. What did you learn from that situation? Figure out what you learned, and then as you try again, optimize and do better the next time.
So what businesses projects you're working on currently?
So currently I have a program called Soul Career Clarity. I work with females that want to break through to their next level of success, but they need clarity on their calling. And I've created an 8-step formula that takes them through the steps to dial into what their calling is, what their purpose is, to overcome limiting beliefs, to get their mindset right. And then we paint a big picture of what their biggest dreams and goals are, and we put an action plan behind it so they can achieve that goal. I also work with clients in the wellness industry. It's called the Wealthy Wellness System, and I work with wellness experts to take their services online. So they're not just working with clients one-on-one in person. We work with them to create an online program, and then my team implements the marketing strategies to drive their ideal client to that offer. I'm also a partner at an Italian restaurant in San Diego, California. It's called Ciao Ciao Piadina.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to remember.
Yes, I know. It's a hard name because it's an Italian name. So in Italian.
I think hello. It's a greeting in Italian. When you want to say something, hello, hi. So in Italian language, you say ciao, is it?
Yes, it's ciao. So it's Ciao Ciao Piadina.
Is a dish that is eaten in Italy maybe.
Yes, it's an Italian flatbread that's then filled with Italian meats and cheeses. And so the progress has been slowed down due to the pandemic. And we were supposed to open a couple months ago, but we're behind schedule. and we're hoping to start construction in the next couple of weeks, and then the restaurant will be open probably in 3 or 4 months from now. I've been handling the branding and the marketing and the design of the concept, and what we have been working on is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to start construction and then finally open. And then I'm also involved in nonprofit work. I'm a part of a small nonprofit here in the US that works with an orphanage in southern India. I go to India every year. I absolutely love India. So if there's anyone from India watching right now, I love your country. I've had an amazing time there. And with that, I started a program in San Diego called At Least One Day a Month, where I work with small nonprofits to raise awareness for their cause.
So what's your program for coming in Pakistan? Because Pakistan and India, they're both similar. So what's your program in next to come in Pakistan and meet with us?
Yes, I need to come to Pakistan one day, don't I?
Okay, we're waiting. No, we're waiting. The entire Pakistan is waiting for you.
India is
Yes.
our neighbor.
Yeah.
Yes, one
We
day
have
I'll
the
come
same
visit.
culture, each and everything is same. Like we have the same language. Each and everything is same. So you will always love Pakistan as well.
Oh, amazing. Yes, one day I will come visit.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Lauren, come back to our topic. How do you multitask all of those projects?
Multitasking, multitasking, multitasking. It's a big topic. And I know so many of us who are entrepreneurs are multitasking so many things. You might have school, a family, a full-time job, and you're trying to start a business. It can be very, very overwhelming. So I have found that in order to best multitask all of these projects, I use a software called Workflowy. I'll drop the link for you guys. It's called Workflowy. It is amazing software that's basically a digital list making software. And I also
we
use...
also pursuing bachelor's in computer science, so we also make software, so it will be helpful for us as well.
Ooh, that's amazing. Yes, what is needed is a software. We'll talk more on that later. And I also use a software called ClickUp. In ClickUp, I'm able to communicate with my teams and assign them tasks, and we're able to communicate in the platform. Now, I also have a schedule that I follow. I have it typed up in Workflowy, where I make sure that I'm getting my 3 most important tasks for the day finished every day as soon as I can. And then I have a list of secondary tasks that I need to finish each day. So that's how I multitask. I also pay attention to my natural energies and flow as a person, and I make sure I honor that. There's some times when I'm working where I'm very in my masculine and very, very, very organized, very, in my masculine. And then there's other times where I'm very much in my feminine, very flow state. And I make sure to tap into how it is I'm feeling as a person. Oftentimes when we get into the entrepreneurial space, we put so much pressure on ourselves to always be working, always be doing, always be achieving. But you need to realize that you're going to burn out that way, and you need to give yourself a break. So also pay attention to your natural state as a person and honor that in your workflow.
Okay. So, another question, like, what do you think is essential for having skill of a particular field of your business? Or you can just simply hire the skilled person under you and you can run your business on their way. Just let me give you an example here. We told that we are also pursuing bachelor's in computer science. So after 2 years, we will complete our degree of bachelor's in computer science. But we're not paying attention to our study, or we are just getting our degree and we are not getting skills. So what we want is after 4 years, we will make a software house and we will just hire the skilled person, like the software engineers, under us, and we will run our business on their basis. But we are the owners of those software companies, but we don't have any skills. So what do you think? We can run our business or not in this way?
I'm sorry, are you asking about outsourcing?
I'm saying that can we hire the skilled person, the skilled employee under us and run our business?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
is it good?
Yeah, I think outsourcing and hiring people on sooner rather than later helps you expand your business. And it can be scary at first because you might think, I don't have the money to pay someone. How am I going to pay someone?
Okay, Lauren, what suggestion would you give to those who are short on money but have motivation to start their own business?
So this topic I think is really important. oftentimes we have an idea and we have a goal, but we don't have money. So what do you do in that situation? First, I want you to start really mapping out your plan, really seeing what your plan is. Create a 1-year plan, a 3-year, 5-year, and really map out what it is you want to do with your business. And then I want to see how quickly you can scale that. So that way, you know, is this something that is going to be sustainable in the long run? And then you're going to have to, as a business owner, learn skills that you might not know in order to get your first, second, and third client. Like I said, I learned ClickFunnels. I learned how to make sales funnels so I could get my first clients, and then I was able to hire someone else to do it. So you might have to do some things at the beginning that you're not that great at, but you're just learning, but you can get that first client and generate money. Once you get that first client and generate money, you can then put that money back into your company. And then eventually you'll start to grow. Also, since you now have a business plan created, if you have anyone in your network that you can go to and ask them to be a business partner or invest in your company, don't be afraid to ask people for help. You don't know who's going to say yes to you. There could be someone who says, you know what? I have an extra $5,000. I want to invest in your company. Let's do this together. And this is something that I think we all need to overcome. We get into a place of pride where we don't want to ask other people for help, but we need to stop doing that because there's so many people that can help you. So also don't be afraid to ask for people for help, to be a business partner or an investor. And with that being said, also, as you start forming your company, see who else you can work on this project with. There could be somebody else that has the knowledge of sales. They're really good at making sales. You're good at building a website or sales funnels, and you can come together and create something really powerful. So also start talking to your friends, your family. Let people know what you're up to because they could know someone that wants to work with you or financially help you. And then lastly with this is if you live in an area where credit cards are available to you, get a business credit card, you guys. Oftentimes people have this stigma with credit card debt or taking out loans that it's bad to do that. It's bad to have credit card debt. But if you're starting a business, sometimes you need capital. So figure out how you can start getting credit and then you can get credit cards or loans. Of course, be responsible with them. Don't go crazy. And then with that, one more thing is look up grants. There are so many grants out there, especially for minorities and for women. There is free money out there that you can get as long as you have a business ID and a business plan, and get out there and start typing in, grants for women of color, grants for, there's so much money out there in the world circulating. You have to work for it. You have to apply for those grants and it takes time, but there's money out there to help you. So just start looking at everything you can to start getting money so that you can get your business going.
I'll try that you can also do freelancing and you can earn something online and then you can start your own business.
Exactly. You can do small projects. I would say the skill that I see most needed that as a small business owner, I hire out are virtual assistants, copywriting, and then copywriting for sales. So copywriting that converts. If you guys can start learning those skills, you can get hired by someone as a virtual assistant or their copywriter. And then from there, you can start your own copywriting company. You could start your own virtual assistant company. But those are skills that every business owner needs to outsource. So if you're looking for a skill to learn, virtual assistant, copywriting.
Okay, so in the last, Laura, what message you're going to give to all of the mothers on how to train their children in a positive manner to have a successful life like you as you are? You have got a lot of achievements and you're such a motivation for all of us. So what is the message you're going to give to all of the mothers of America, of Pakistan, and all over the world?
Yes. So being a mother, I'm not a mother. I don't have children. I have a dog. Her name is Lucky. She's 14. And I can't imagine the challenges that come with being a mother. And I would say to all the mothers out there, if you have a child that has an idea that's out of the box, they want to start a business, they want to do their own thing, and it goes against cultural norms, society norms, take the time to listen to them, help them figure it out, and encourage them. And it might seem scary at first because there's so many cultures that have the notion of like, we need to do this in a certain way, and we need to be this, and we need, but once we start breaking through that and we start doing different things, that's when amazing things happen. So as a mother, be supportive of your children. Also challenge them like my mother did. Yes, she supported me, but she also challenged me. And now look, I've created a life for myself that is out of the box and different because of the way my mother thought. So the other thing too is be gentle with your kids, be kind with them. There's a lot happening in the world, and there's so many different things that are happening cultural and society wise that are changing, and we're in a different phase in life than you are, so things can't be the same. So just be soft and gentle with your children as well as they're going through the different changes in their life.
All right, so that's the end of our meeting. Thank you so much for your time. We feel really honored able to get time from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you both so much for having me.